Korean Mafia billionaire Grandma froze at a black waitress's necklace, then she broke down. The most dangerous woman in Los Angeles doesn't carry a gun. At 80 years old, Choi Sun-hee has buried more enemies than most people meet in a lifetime. Tonight, in her private restaurant, that iron control shatters. Because a young black waitress is wearing a necklace Sun-hee buried with a child 40 years ago, a child she believed was dead. Hey beautiful souls, welcome back. If you're new here, you're about to witness something powerful. Drop a comment. Where are you watching from? And if you haven't subscribed, do it now. You'll want to follow this journey to the end. Trust me, Sun-hee's chopsticks freeze mid-air. The necklace, tarnished silver, a tiny locket, swings against the waitress's collarbone as she pours water. That exact piece, the one Sun-hee placed around her infant daughter's neck before burying her in Busan. The daughter born from a forbidden love with Zara Okafor, a Nigerian diplomat her family destroyed. Her hands tremble. In her world, even a flicker is confession. Her enforcer leans in. Halmione, are you unwell? She can't answer. The waitress approaches, oblivious. More water, ma'am. Sun-hee stares so hard the young woman shifts uncomfortably. The enforcer's hand moves toward his weapon. Sun-hee forces words out. Leave us. Halmione. Now. They file out. The waitress looks nervous, alone with a woman whose eyes blaze with ghosts. Is everything okay? Sun-hee's voice cracks. Where did you get that necklace? The waitress touches it instinctively. My mom gave it to me before she died. Why? What was your mother's name? Grace. Grace Okafor. She was adopted, raised in Lagos. Why are you? Grace. The name Sun-hee whispered into dirt 40 years ago. The name of a daughter who wasn't dead after all. Sun-hee stands abruptly. The waitress steps back. Sun-hee moves closer, trembling. Please, let me see it. Slowly, the waitress lifts the locket. Sun-hee takes it like glass, turns it over. There, beneath tarnish. CS. Play-o. Choi Sun-hee, Zara Okafor. Her knees buckle. She grabs the table, but it's not enough. She sinks to the floor, sobs tearing through her. 40 years of grief exploding in one moment. The waitress stares down at the most powerful woman in the city, fallen apart at her feet. Everything has changed. The waitress doesn't run. Something in Sun-hee's raw grief roots her to the spot. This isn't manipulation. This is a woman coming undone. Slowly she crouches down. Mom, I don't understand. What does my necklace have to do with you? Sun-hee looks up, mascara streaking her face. Because I gave that to my daughter. The day I buried her. The day I thought she died. That's impossible. My mum got this from her mother. She lied. Or didn't know. Sun-hee's voice steadies slightly. That necklace is mine. If your mother had it, she was my daughter. Which makes you my granddaughter. The waitress, Zara Okafor, 24, daughter of a Nigerian immigrant who died 2 years ago, pulls back. You're insane. I have proof. Sun-hee pulls out her phone with shaking hands, shows an old photo. A young Korean woman beside a tall black man in a suit, his arm around her, both glowing with love. Zara stares. She recognizes him. Not from memory. She never met him. But from the eyes, the nose, her mother's face. Oh my God, she whispers. Sun-hee nods, tears flowing. That's Adewale, your grandfather. We loved each other. My family. She stops, choosing words carefully. My family dealt in dangerous business. When they found out I was pregnant with his child, they gave me a choice. End everything, or lose everything. So you abandoned us. I tried to run. I hid. I gave birth in secret. For 3 days, I held my daughter. I put this necklace on her and told her she was loved. Sun-hee's voice breaks. Then my father's men found us. They took her. Told me she was dead. And I believed them. Zara stands, hands shaking. I need to go. Please. No. Zara's voice cracks. This is too much. I came here to work a shift, not to... She stops, overwhelmed. Before Sun-hee can respond, the door opens. A man enters. Sharp suit, cold eyes. Kang Min-jun, Sun-hee's nephew and enforcer. He sees Sun-hee on the floor, sees Zara, and his expression hardens. Halmione, What's happening? Nothing that concerns you. Everything here concerns me. His eyes lock on Zara. Who is she? Sun-hee rises slowly, gathering her composure like armor. She's my granddaughter. Min-jun's face goes blank, then cold. I see. He looks at Zara like she's a problem to solve. We'll discuss this later. After he leaves, Sun-hee grips Zara's arm gently. That man is dangerous. If word spreads that you exist, you'll become a target. Please, let me protect you. Zara looks at this stranger claiming to be family, at the necklace, at the impossible truth crashing down. Every instinct screams run, but her mother died with questions. Zara won't. Tell me everything, she says. No more secrets. Sun-hee exhales in relief. Thank you. Come with me. What do you think is going to happen when the family finds out about Zara? Drop your predictions in the comments. And if you're hooked on this story, hit that subscribe button, because it's about to get intense. Sun-hee takes Zara to her estate in the hills. Massive, cold, beautiful. Inside, she opens a wooden box filled with letters, yellow paper, faded ink, Korean script. From Adewale, Sun-hee says softly. He wrote every week for 2 years, begging me to come back, promising he'd protect us. Her voice cracks. I never responded. And by the time I found courage, my father had him killed. Zara's blood runs cold. Killed. To erase the mistake, to keep the bloodline pure. Sun-hee pulls out a birth certificate. Old Korean, dated April 17, 1985. Choi Grace, Adewale. I named her before they took her. I wanted her to carry both worlds. Zara stares at her mother's real name, tears blurring her vision. She never knew any of this. I'm sorry, I'm so... The door bursts open. Min-jun enters, face like stone. The family knows. They're calling an emergency meeting. They want answers. Sun-hee straightens. Then they'll get them. Halmione, bringing her was a mistake. They see her as a liability, a threat to everything we've built. She's blood. Blood that comes with a Nigerian diplomat father and 40 years of buried secrets. Min-jun's eyes flick to Zara. Secrets that could destroy us all. That night, Sun-hee assigns Zara protection, Jae Park, a stone-faced Korean operative, and Amara Adeyemi, a Nigerian woman whose father knew Adewale. We'll keep you safe, Amara promises. But 3 days later, Zara returns to her apartment to find it trashed. Drawers torn open, laptop smashed. On the wall, spray painted in red. Stay away or die. She calls Sun-hee immediately. They know about me. Sun-hee's voice is sharp. Leave now, somewhere public. I'm sending people. Who did this? Silence. Then, the family. They've made their move. Zara meets Sun-hee at a church. Neutral ground. Min-jun is mobilizing the younger members. Sun-hee explains. They see you as dangerous. Tomorrow, there's a family vote. On what? Sun-hee's face is grim. Whether you should be eliminated. Zara's world tilts. They're voting on whether to kill me. I'm trying to block it, but you need to face them. Look them in the eye. Make them see you as a person, not a problem. You want me to walk into a room full of people who want me dead? Yes, because hiding makes you look guilty. Facing them makes you strong. Zara thinks of her mother, of Grace, who survived impossible odds. She makes her choice. When? Tomorrow night. The next evening, Zara enters the conference room at Sun-hee's estate. 20 hostile faces stare back. Sun-hee sits at the head. Min-jun smirks beside her. This is Zara Okafor, Sun-hee announces. My granddaughter. The room erupts. Min-jun stands smoothly. How convenient. A stranger appears with an old necklace, and suddenly she's family. How do we know she's not an opportunist? Sun-hee slides DNA results across the table. Verified by 3 labs. She is my granddaughter. That's not debatable. Min-jun picks up the folder lazily. Even so, she's a liability. No loyalty, no training. And her existence threatens everything. Zara's voice cuts through. I'm standing right here. If you want to know what I'll do, ask me. Min-jun turns, amused. Fine. What will you do? I'll keep your secrets, as long as you keep me alive. A few heads turn. Min-jun's smirk falters slightly. That's not how this works. Then pay me to disappear, Zara says, voice rising. Give me enough to start over and you'll never see me again. We don't negotiate with. Then kill me, Zara interrupts. But explain how that won't draw attention. I have friends, a job, people who'll notice. People disappear all the time, Minjun says quietly. The threat hangs heavy, but Zara doesn't back down. If you kill me, you prove this family is exactly what the world thinks, heartless. But if you let me live, you prove blood still matters. Sun-hee stands. I propose formal recognition. Zara stays. As family. Minjun's jaw tightens. Then he smiles. Cold. Calculated. Very well. Welcome to the family, Miss Okafor. Zara doesn't trust that smile. Not for 1 second. After the meeting, Sun-hee pulls her aside. Minjun will strike. He's too smart to do it now. But he'll wait for an opening. So I'm living on borrowed time. We all are. That night, Jay bursts into Zara's safe house, face pale. Someone leaked the DNA results. It's all over the dark web. Every organization in the city knows you exist. Zara's blood freezes. What does that mean? Amara appears with a laptop, pulls up security footage. Minjun, meeting someone outside a warehouse, handing over the DNA folder. The audio is muffled, but clear enough. Make sure it reaches everyone. Whoever takes her out earns my favor. Zara stares at the screen. He put a bounty on my head. Open season, Jay confirms grimly. Every crew in the city will be coming for you. Sun-hee arrives within the hour, face carved from stone. We can't run. We have to expose him before he consolidates power. How? Zara asks, panic rising. With you as bait. Y'all, this just went from 0 to 100. Minjun really put a hit out on Zara. Comment below if you think Sun-hee's plan is genius or insane. And don't forget to subscribe, because the next thing is going to blow your mind. The plan is desperate. Minjun has called another meeting, demanding Sun-hee step down. While he's distracted playing politics, Jay and Amara will break into his office and pull evidence linking him to the leak and bounty. You'll be exposed, Sun-hee tells Zara. Every eye in that room on you while we work. Can you handle that? Zara thinks of Grace working 3 jobs, never complaining, never breaking. Yes. 2 nights later, Zara stands in Sun-hee's guest room wearing a black dress, her mother's necklace against her collarbone. She barely recognizes herself. Polished, composed, like she belongs in this dangerous world. Sun-hee enters in a traditional black hanbok. You look strong. I don't feel strong. Fear keeps you sharp. Sun-hee squeezes her shoulder. Just stand beside me. Let them see I won't abandon you. The club downtown is all dark wood and whispered deals. They enter together. Minjun stands by the bar, glass in hand, smiling. Ah, Halmioni, and the guest of honor. Sun-hee takes her seat, Zara beside her. The room fills, familiar faces from the estate, plus others. Minjun sits across from them, relaxed, confident. You know why we're here, he begins. You're no longer fit to lead. Your judgment is compromised. Your obsession with this girl has put us all at risk. The only risk, Sun-hee says coldly, is your betrayal. You leaked confidential information, put a bounty on my granddaughter. Now you're staging a coup to cover it up. Minjun laughs. Serious accusations. Do you have proof? Not yet, but I will. Then you have nothing. He stands, buttoning his jacket. I'm calling a vote. All in favor of removing Choi Sun-hee? Hands rise. 8, 9, 10. More than half. Zara's stomach drops. Sun-hee sits perfectly still, but Zara sees the tension in her shoulders. Minjun's smile widens. It's done. Step down, Halmioni. The door bursts open. Jay and Amara stride in, carrying a laptop and files. Amara slams the laptop on the table. We have proof. The room explodes. Minjun moves for the door, but guards block him. Jay opens the laptop. Bank transfers, encrypted messages, meeting logs. He didn't just leak the results. He sold them to the Yakuza, Colombians, Russians. He's been playing both sides for months. Minjun's face pales. That's fabricated. Timestamped, verified, backed up on 3 servers. Amara cuts in. You're done. The room erupts in chaos. People turn on Min-jun instantly. Sun-hee rises. Take him! Guards grab his arms. He struggles, composure cracking. This is your fault, he snarls at Zara. If you hadn't. Enough. Sun-hee's voice is ice. Get him out. They drag him away, his shouts echoing. Sun-hee turns to the room. Anyone else want to challenge me? Silence. This meeting is over. But 3 hours later, back at the estate, an explosion rocks the house. Windows shatter. Alarms scream. Zara is thrown from her chair. Jay appears through smoke, blood on his forehead. Min-jun's people, multiple entry points. We need to move. They run through smoke-filled halls, ducking as gunfire erupts below. They reach the panic room, reinforced steel, the only safe place left. Inside, Sun-hee sits calmly, gun on the table. Amara loads magazines beside her. You're okay, Sun-hee says, relief flooding her face when she sees Zara. For now, Jay says grimly. But they're coming. Sun-hee picks up the gun, checking it with practiced ease. Then we end this. Tonight. Zara stares. How? We go after Min-jun, finish what we started. They slip out through a hidden garage exit, the estate burning behind them. In the rearview mirror, orange flames lick the night sky. Everything Sun-hee built, going up in smoke. I'm sorry, Zara whispers. Don't be. It was never about the house. It's about survival. Min-jun's headquarters is a corporate tower in downtown LA. They slip inside through maintenance at 3 a.m. The building is too quiet. They take the stairs to the 20th floor. Jay signals. 2 guards ahead. Sun-hee's voice is cold. We do this loud. 2 shots. Both guards drop. They run past. The bodies to the double doors at the hall's end. Sun-hee kicks them open. Min-jun sits behind his desk, whiskey in hand, watching monitors showing the estate attack. He's completely unfazed. I was wondering when you'd arrive. So what now? Sun-hee's gun is trained on him. You shoot me? I've already won. Sun-hee pulls out her phone, presses a button. The monitors flicker, now showing Min-jun's betrayals. I've sent this to everyone in the family. They're seeing it right now. You're finished. Min-jun checks his phone. His face drains. You've destroyed me. You destroyed yourself. They'll kill me. The families I betrayed. I know. That's what happens when you betray blood. Please, Hermione. Sun-hee turns to Jay. Get him out of the building alive. After that, he's on his own. But Min-jun's hand flashes to his drawer, pulling a gun. He raises it. Not at Sun-hee, at Zara. Sun-hee throws herself in front of Zara as the gun fires. The bullet hits her shoulder, spinning her around. She collapses. No! Zara screams. Jay and Amara open fire. Min-jun drops, blood pooling. Zara falls beside Sun-hee, hands pressed to the wound. Stay with me, please. Sun-hee's hand finds hers. I'm okay. I've been shot before. Why did you do that? Because you're my granddaughter. Because I couldn't save your mother. But I can save you. You already did. Zara sobs. Sirens wail. Their medical team is minutes away. Zara holds her grandmother's hand as blood seeps through her fingers, knowing one thing for certain. They saved each other. I am not okay right now. Sun-hee really took a bullet for Zara. Tell me in the comments how you're feeling, because I need to know I'm not crying alone. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit that button. We're almost at the end, and you do not want to miss how this wraps up. The hospital room is sterile white. Sun-hee lies in bed, shoulder bandaged. IV drips steady. She looks smaller, frailer, but her eyes are sharp. Zara hasn't left in 4 days. She sleeps in the chair, eats hospital food she doesn't taste, ignores her buzzing phone. On the 4th morning, Sun-hee speaks. You should go home. Get real sleep. I'm fine. You look terrible. You got shot because of me. Sun-hee's voice firms. I got shot because Min-jun was a snake. Not your fault. Feels like it is. Listen to me. Sun-hee grips Zara's hand. Min-jun planned this for months. You didn't cause his betrayal. You exposed it. The family is safer now because of you. Before Zara can respond, the door opens. Jay steps in. The family council is here. They're insisting on an audience. Sun-hee's face hardens. Tell them I'm recovering. They brought something you need to see. 3 people enter: Madame Kang, the silver-haired woman from the meetings, and 2 senior members. They look uncomfortable. Madame Kang steps forward. "We owe you an apology." Sun-hee raises an eyebrow. "Do you?" "Yes, we questioned your judgment. We nearly cost you both your lives." She pulls out a folder. "Min Jun had been embezzling for years. We've recovered most of it. This is your share, and Miss Okafor's." Zara stares at the documents. Property deeds, bank statements, millions. "I don't want this," Zara says quietly. The room goes silent. Madame Kang frowns. "Excuse me? I didn't come here for money. I came for answers, for family. I found that. The rest." She gestures dismissively. "I don't need." Sun-hee's eyes shine. "What do you want?" Zara takes a breath. "I want to know my grandfather, see where my mother was born, visit Korea, Nigeria, walk the paths they walked. I want to understand where I come from, really understand." She meets Sun-hee's gaze. "And I want you to come with me." Sun-hee's breath catches. Tears slip down her cheeks. "I would like that very much." Madame Kang clears her throat. "And the money? Put it in a trust," Sun-hee says firmly. "For education. For young people. Black, Korean, mixed heritage. Anyone who falls through the cracks. Give them opportunities. That's what Adewale would have wanted." The council members nod. "It will be done." After they leave, Sun-hee squeezes Zara's hand. "You're better than I ever was. I learned from the best. My mother. And now you." 6 weeks later, they stand on a beach in Busan. Sunset paints the sky orange and pink. Waves crash rhythmically. They've spent weeks traveling. Seoul first, where Sun-hee showed Zara the places she and Adewale met in secret. Then the small apartment where Grace was born. They stood in that empty room, and Sun-hee told Zara everything. Every detail of those 3 days with her daughter. Every song, every prayer, every moment before it shattered. Now they're here, where Sun-hee thought she'd buried Grace 40 years ago. "She was never here," Sun-hee says quietly. "I carried that guilt for decades, but she was already gone, already safe, already becoming Grace Okafor." "Someone saved her," Zara says. "Someone had a conscience." Sun-hee pulls out one of Adewale's letters. "Your grandfather had contacts everywhere, people who believed in him. I think someone found out what my father planned and got Grace out before it was too late. Do you know who?" "No, and I never will. But I'm grateful. They gave my daughter a life, and they gave me you." Zara links arms with Sun-hee, careful of her healing shoulder. "So what happens now?" Sun-hee laughs softly. "I'm 81. Time to step back. Let younger people take over." "Like who?" "Madame Kang. She's fair. The organization will be fine." Sun-hee turns to Zara. "I want to spend whatever time I have left doing what I actually want. Traveling, learning, making up for lost time with my granddaughter." "You mean that?" "Every word." Sun-hee touches the necklace around Zara's neck. "This brought you to me. Brought us both back to life. I'm not wasting this second chance." They stand watching the waves wash away 40 years of secrets. Tell me you're not crying right now, because I definitely am. This reunion is everything. Drop a comment and let me know what you're feeling. We've got one more part to go, and you need to see how this beautiful journey ends. 3 months later, they stand in Lagos, Nigeria, a small cemetery on the city's outskirts, in front of a simple headstone. Grace Adeyemi Okafor. Not 5, 2023. Beloved mother, daughter of 2 worlds. They've brought flowers, Korean chrysanthemums and Nigerian hibiscus, and placed them at the base. "Hi, Mom," Zara whispers. "I brought someone to meet you." Sun-hee kneels slowly, hand touching the stone. "Grace, my daughter, I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you, but you survived. You lived a full life. You loved, and were loved, and you gave the world your daughter." Her voice breaks. "You gave me a second chance I never deserved." Zara kneels beside her, tears flowing. She loved you. She never knew you, but she loved you. She always felt like something was missing. I think she was looking for you her whole life. And now she's brought us together, Sun-hee says softly. They stay there, grandmother and granddaughter, honoring the woman who connected them across continents and decades. 6 months later, Los Angeles. The auditorium at UCLA is packed. A banner hangs across the stage. The Adewale Grace Okafor Foundation. First annual scholarship ceremony. Backstage, Zara adjusts her dress nervously. Sun-hee, dressed in an emerald hanbok, places a hand on her shoulder. You've been preparing for months. You know every word, every story. I just want to do them justice. You will, because you carry them with you. Zara walks on stage to thunderous applause. She stands at the podium, looking at hundreds of faces, every shade, every background. Good evening, my name is Zara Okafor. A year ago, I didn't know who I was. She pauses, hand moving to the necklace. I knew my name, where I lived. That I was the daughter of an immigrant who worked herself to exhaustion. But I didn't know my history. I didn't know where my mother came from. Then I found this, a simple necklace my mother gave me. I didn't know it would lead me to a grandmother I never knew existed. To a grandfather whose love story was buried under decades of shame. To a truth so painful and beautiful, it changed everything. Her voice strengthens. My grandfather, Adewale Okafor, was a Nigerian diplomat who believed in building bridges. My grandmother, Choi Sun-hee, was a Korean woman who defied her family to love him. Their love was forbidden, dangerous. It cost them everything, including each other. But it also gave the world my mother, Grace, a woman who survived impossible odds, who built a life in a new country, who taught me that family isn't just blood, it's love, sacrifice, and courage. The audience is silent, captivated. This foundation exists to honor their legacy, to give opportunities to young people like my mother, adoptees, immigrants, children of mixed heritage, anyone caught between worlds. Because that's not weakness, that's a superpower. Tonight, we're awarding 20 full scholarships to students who embody that strength. One by one, she calls them to the stage. Nigerian Korean, Ghanaian Chinese, Kenyan Japanese. 20 young people representing the beautiful complexity of the modern world. The last recipient is a young woman named Amara, named after her aunt who worked security, Korean and Nigerian parents, studying conflict resolution. I want to help families like mine, she tells the crowd. Families told their love is wrong or complicated. I want to show them it's worth fighting for. Zara hugs her tight. You're going to do amazing things. She looks out one final time. My mother never got to know where she came from. She died with unanswered questions. But because of her strength, we can make sure other families don't have the same gaps, the same silences. Her voice cracks. Love shouldn't be a secret. Heritage shouldn't be a burden. And family should never be something you hide. The standing ovation is deafening. Zara looks at Sun-hee in the front row, standing and clapping, pride radiating from every line of her face. Later that night, they sit on Sun-hee's new patio overlooking the city. She's sold most assets, kept only a modest home. She paints daily now, bold art mixing Korean and Nigerian influences. For the first time in her life, she creates without fear. I've been thinking about writing it all down, Sun-hee says. A memoir, so future generations know the whole story. I'll help you, Zara says immediately. We'll write it together. Sun-hee smiles. I'd like that. 1 year later. The book. Necklace of Two Worlds. A story of love, loss, and finding home. Hits bestseller lists within 2 weeks. They tour together, small venues where they have real conversations with readers. At every stop, people share their own stories. Mixed heritage couples, adoptees searching, immigrants holding on to culture. Each different, but connected by the same thread, the need to belong, to be seen, to be loved. The foundation grows. More scholarships, more programs. Partnerships with universities in Korea and Nigeria for cultural exchange. A mentorship program pairing young people with elders who've navigated similar challenges. Zara finishes her graduate degree, takes a position at the foundation full-time. She's dating David now, a journalism student who covered the first scholarship ceremony. Slowly, carefully, but with genuine hope. Sun-hee paints every day. Her art gets shown in a small Koreatown gallery, not for fame, but because she can finally create without shame. On the anniversary of the day Zara walked into that restaurant, they return. New management, but the owners let them have a private dinner in the same room where everything changed. They sit across from each other, two women who saved each other without meaning to. The necklace catches the light against Zara's collarbone. "Do you ever regret it?" Zara asks. "Finding out the truth? Everything that happened?" Sun-hee doesn't hesitate. "Not for a second. I regret the 40 years I lost. But finding you, learning Grace survived, getting to know you?" She shakes her head, smiling. "That's the greatest gift I've ever received. Even with Minjun? The attack? Getting shot? Even all of that. I'd rather have 1 year of truth than 40 more years of lies. I'd rather face danger with you than safety alone." Zara raises her glass. "To the truth. And to family." "To family," Sun-hee echoes. They drink, and Zara feels the presence of everyone who came before. Grace, working 3 jobs and dreaming. Adewale, loving across boundaries. Sun-hee, carrying grief until love set her free. And herself, Zara Okafor, granddaughter of 2 worlds, inheritor of courage and sacrifice. Proof that love, no matter how forbidden, always finds a way to survive. The necklace, that simple tarnished silver, rests against her heart, a bridge between past and present, a symbol of everything lost and everything found, a reminder that family isn't always the one you're born into. Sometimes it's the one you fight for, and sometimes, against all odds, it's both. If you made it to the end of this journey, thank you from the bottom of my heart. This story was about love, redemption, courage, and the families we build when the world tries to tear us apart. Drop a comment and tell me, what was your favorite moment? The first meeting? Sun-hee taking that bullet? The scholarship ceremony? I need to know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button right now, because I have so many more stories like this coming. Stories about real love, real struggle, and real triumph. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone searching for where they belong. Someone who needs to know it's never too late to find your way home. Until next time, your story matters, your heritage matters, and you are never alone. I'll see you in the next one.